Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I'm sorry I'm bothering you at this time, but I'm really super excited to share with you some story writing strategies. Most of us know how to write a story. It's just a refresher session. We are fond of writing stories, we are fond of listening and reading stories. But today we will be super active and super creative because we are going to learn how to write a story. Yes, how to write a good story. So first we are going to share 5 story elements. If you have read any story recently, just visualize that story in your mind and you will understand these 5 story elements very easily. Every story has some setting. Number 2, characters. Number 3, problem. Number 4, solution for that problem. And number 5 is plot. What is a plot? It is sequence of events happen in the story. So these 5 story elements are very important, and if you have read any story, even if you are fond of watching movies, cartoons, animated movies, you must have noticed they all have these 5 story elements. Okay, let's talk about setting first. What is a setting? Setting is the time and place where your story has taken place. It tells the reader that when and where your story has taken place. But what does that mean, when? Only the time in terms of clock? No. When shows us the time in terms of season, in terms of past tense, present tense. So let's see what is when. Your story may take place in past tense. If you have read the story The Broken Roof, you must have noticed that all the ORT characters went in past. Remember? Your story may take place in daytime. It may be a story which is showing the season, winter and spring. If you remember, we have recently read a story, The Quest, and it had 2 seasons, winter and spring. Remember? So one story can show more than one time. That's fine. If your story is a horror story, you may start it with a night time. Your story may also show the time in terms of clock. It may also show time in terms of day, year. Maybe it can be the story of last weekend, last year, about Sunday. So these are only few examples. You are more creative than me. Think about more timings. Okay, what does that mean, where? Where shows that the place your story has taken place. It may take place at school, in city, or in house, at beach. It may take place in a castle if it is a story of prince and princess. It may take place in forest, or it may be out in space. If you remember the story we have read in grade 1's Red Planet, so where the ORT characters went? They went out in space to see the red planet Mars, remember? And it's not necessary that your story will take place in only one setting. It is possible that your character may go to different places in one story. If you remember the story we have recently read, The Quest, Wilma went in desert, she went to the Rocky Mountain, and she was there in the land of Bull. Remember? So it's not necessary that your story will complete at one place. It may complete in several places. That's fine. These are only few examples. You may have a different place like desert, a park maybe, or maybe it can be in some other country. If you remember, the teddy bears went to Switzerland, the first story we have read in grade 2's. All right. But when you will be writing about your setting, the time and the place, you may also visualize it. You may use adjectives with your place and time. If you will use adjectives, the reader will be able to visualize what you are talking about. He'll have the picture of your story in his mind. If you will use adjectives, if you will describe your setting or your characters. If your story took place in a town, you can say it was a busy town. If it took place in a haunted house, you can say it was scary. If it was a beach, you can say it was a beautiful beach. So these are some of the adjectives. So you are super creative. Use more adjectives to describe your setting and your characters. The more you will use adjectives, your story will be more attractive for the reader. Okay, so what is a character? Your character may be friends, princess, dog, or maybe a non-living thing who can act, think. Alright, it's not necessary that the characters are only people. Okay, let's look at the next slide. So the characters in your story can be people, animals, or creatures. It's not necessary that your story will have only one character. If you just flash back and remember the story Quest, you will remember that it had many characters. But who were the leading characters? Wilma and Grimlock. Yes, you are right. If you have watched the movie Lion King, you must have noticed that all the characters were animals. If you have heard about Mowgli, it had both people and animals. If you have recently read any horror story, you must have noticed they have monsters and witches. So these are the characters. Okay, look at the next slide. When you talk about characters, remember your characters must feel, think, and act. They may be happy, sad. Maybe in your story, a minion can be a character, but make sure that he should act, think, or feel. So if the non-living thing, if the chair or the table is in the story and it is not acting or not saying anything, so it would not be a character. All right? And one thing more, your characters may also change. It's not necessary that in the beginning it will remain sad throughout. The character is sad in the beginning, it may be happy by the end of the story. Something, maybe by the end of the story, the character may become brave. If the character is unfriendly in the beginning, by the end, he or she may have many friends. Problem. What is the problem is when something goes wrong in the story. There can be more than one problem in a story. Like if you remember the story Quest, Wilma went through so many problems to get the bell back. The solution is how the problem in the story is fixed or solved. So sometimes the characters are able to solve the problem very easily, and sometimes it takes too long and they have to struggle a lot to get the problem solved. Look at the next slide. Plot. What is a plot? Plot is a sequence of events. Basically, plot is the process of writing a story. Plot has the beginning, the middle, and the end. Events from the beginning, middle, and end of the story can be written in 3 paragraphs. As we are in grade 2s and we know that we have to write in 3 paragraphs, the introduction, the main body, and the ending paragraph. If you have read the story Red Riding Hood, you must have seen that what was the beginning and what was the middle part and what was the ending. So what is the beginning of the story? The beginning of the story is the introduction. So to write a story, I am giving you some hints which will help you to write a good story, which will lead you to write a good story. What is the setting of the story will be written in the first paragraph. In the first introduction paragraph, you will discuss about the place and the time of the story, and you will also use some adjectives to describe your place and time, to describe the setting basically. In the first paragraph, you will introduce your characters and you will describe your characters using some adjectives. And in the same beginning paragraph, you will also identify the problem. If you remember the story Quest we have recently read, you must have seen that Wilma has discussed everything in the beginning. She told the reader that what was the problem. The problem was the bell of Pull, which was being stolen by Grimlock. So, the middle of the story is the main body. It describes what happened before the problem is resolved. So if you remember the same story, the Quest, you must have noticed that in the middle part, Wilma gave all the details and she fought with Basilisk, with Monster, remember? So before solving the problem, she went through the whole process which was there in the main body, in the middle of the story. Okay, at the end of the story, you will have to write how your characters have solved the problem. What was the solution of the problem? And if your story has any lesson, you may also mention in the end. At the end of the story, in your last paragraph, you can also mention if there is any lesson in your story. It's not necessary that every story has some theme or some lesson. So these story elements will help us to understand what are we writing. Look at your fingers and your thumb and remember these 5 story elements. Whenever you will read any story, you will watch any story, you will notice that every story has these 5 story elements. No story can be written without story elements. Before writing a story, I'll give you some easy technique to write your story. Take a piece of paper and do the story map. Right now, you can make a story map and share with me if you have thought of your story. Tell me the setting of your story, tell me the characters of your story, tell me the problem, and tell me the solution. Alright? And after writing all this, you have to give title to your story. You have to give name to your story. Alright, so before writing the story, we always plan our story, and we can plan our story in form of story map. So right now you have to take a loose sheet and tell me the setting of your story, tell me the characters, tell me the problem, tell me the solution, and tell me the important events of the story. After filling this story map, you will be able to write a good story on a loose sheet in 3 paragraphs. And you will share the image of your story with me in the Google Classroom. Okay, let's take example from Red Riding Hood story. Most of us have read Red Riding Hood story and we have also watched Red Riding story. Okay, let's see what was the setting of that story. The story Red Riding Hood took place in cottage and forest. And who were the characters in that story? Red Riding Hood, Grandma, Woodcutter, and Wolf. And who were the leading characters in the story Red Riding Hood? The Wolf and Red Riding Hood were the leading characters. And what was the problem of the story? What was the problem in the story? The wolf ate the grandmother. And the wolf was trying to eat the little Red Riding Hood. And what was the solution? The woodcutter saved little Red Riding Hood from the wicked wolf. So this is only the example. See, it also has the plot, the events of the story. I have written the events of the story in the story map very shortly. But when you'll be writing in 3 paragraphs, of course, you will be writing in detail. But this kind of story map will help you to write the story in 3 paragraphs. So right now, during my Google Classroom, you have to fill your own story map. This was just the example from Red Riding Hood. You have to think of your own story and fill the story map right now and share with me in the chat box. So what is your task to do after the classroom? After filling the story map, after sharing the story map with me, you have to write a story in 3 paragraphs on a loose sheet. I was a bit fast and I'm very sorry, my son was distracting me. But when you will be in your classroom, you will be more interactive, you will be more lively, and you have to be more confident, you have to be more clear. And make sure you only move ahead when your child has understood the slide, has understood the concept. As teachers, we all know our students and we can only move ahead when the concept is clear. So I was being fast because I knew you all are adults and you have got the concept and you can grasp quickly. But when we'll be doing in our classroom, so we will have to go a little slower. We may elaborate our slides, we may talk in detail. We can give more examples from our ORT books. Why am I talking about ORT books? Because they are familiar with ORT books and they know the stories very well. So you may take examples from the books they have read this year in grade 2, the ORT books. This will help them to understand the 5 story elements. Actually, the purpose of this session is that your child must remember that every story has 5 story elements. Whenever they read any story, they watch any story, they must be able to identify the 5 story elements. And it all depends on you. If you think it's a bit difficult for your children, they will not be able to write the story in 3 paragraphs, then you may stop the story map. You may give them the task, you may ask them to read some story like Jack and the Beanstalk and fill the story map. Or you may ask them to read any of their ORT book which they have read before and ask them to fill the story map. That's your call, your choice. Make it simple the way you want, and it's just the example. I know you are far more creative and you will conduct your session better than me. So best of luck.